Thursday night from Rome, historic decision. The Catholic Church elects its very first American pope.
On May 8th, right here, the world witnessed the first appearance of Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost as Pope Leo XIV. He's the first ever American pope.
The Pope, a man who stands as the human symbol of the Catholic Church. The first pope ever was believed to be St. Peter, appointed by Jesus himself around the year 30 to 33 AD. Since then, the Catholic Church has been an unbroken line of successors.
The authority of the Pope is shrouded in a multitude of stories, legends, and rumors. The principles of the Pope's divine authority are rooted in the semi-legendary accounts of the Apostle Peter. It is from the Apostle Peter that the tradition of the Roman bishops began and entered history under the title of Pope.
Each one chosen to guide and shepherd a global community of faith. And that tradition still stands today. When one pope passes away, another one is elected. Earlier this year, on April 21st, Pope Francis passed away at the age of 88. This was after he served as the head of the Catholic Church for 3 years. Just over 2 weeks later, on May 7th, 133 cardinal electors gathered inside the chapel. This was to begin the sacred process of choosing their new pope. The first day of their conclave ended without a decision, and as the tradition dictates, black smoke rose from the chapel's chimney.
No new pope as of yet.
This was a sign that no pope had been selected yet. But on May 8th, after the 4th round of voting, the world saw the signal it had been waiting for: white smoke.
But why did they decide?
Morgan!
Is that it? Do we see the smoke?
Morgan, we've got...
Look at that white smoke coming out of the chimney and the seagull there. A pope has been chosen.
Rising into the Roman sky at 6:07 p.m., it meant only one thing: a new pope had been chosen. And this time, it was historic. For the first time ever, an American-born pontiff had been elected.
He really welcomed the selection of the first American pope.
They have already spoken to us, and we'll see what happens. But again, to have the Pope from the United States of America, that's a great honor. That's a great honor.
His name is Robert Francis Prevost, and he is now the 267th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. So who is Robert Prevost? And what makes him the man chosen to lead the church today? Well, let's take a look. Robert Prevost joined the Order of St. Augustine in 1977 and became a priest in 1982. He holds a bachelor's degree in mathematics, a master of divinity, and a doctorate in canon law, which is the legal foundation of the Catholic Church. But his experience goes far beyond the classroom. From 1985 to 1998, he served as a missionary in Peru, working as a parish priest, a seminary teacher, and even becoming a naturalized Peruvian citizen in 2015. He's also multilingual, fluent in English, Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese, while also being proficient in Latin and German. That global perspective, along with decades of leadership in Latin America, gave him a deep understanding of the Church's diversity and real-world challenges that Catholics face across the world.
Habemus Papam.
Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost stepped onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica as Pope Leo XIV, calling for peace and unity.
I seek to be a church that builds bridges and dialogue, is always open to receive with open arms to all who need our charity.
In the Vatican, he held powerful roles which included the dicastery for the bishops, president of the Pontifical Commission for Latin America. But what may have resonated most with the cardinals that elected him was his vision, a vision that closely aligned with Pope Francis. Like his predecessor, Prevost is deeply committed to social justice, environmental stewardship, and a more inclusive and compassionate church. Prevost wants to continue focusing on reform, dialogue, and those serving in all margins of society. As he begins his time as Pope, he faces monumental challenges, from rebuilding trust after decades of scandals to uniting a global church that spans all cultures, languages, and ideologies. But with his background, his values, and his sense of mission, this new Pope may be the exact leader that the church and the world needs right now.
Before today, Prevost was seen by many as a huge conclave long shot and spent most of his career away from the media. Swearing an oath of secrecy, he didn't know then that this would be his last public appearance as Robert Prevost.
I think that it's not coincidental that Pope Francis chose me. I've been a missionary my whole life, but I am American. I think I do have some insights into the church in the United States.
Only time will tell the legacy that he's going to leave. But for now, one thing is clear. A new chapter in the Catholic Church has begun.
He's not a showboat. He is very calm, but extremely intelligent and extremely compassionate.
Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more news content. See you next time.